Hey, everybody. Welcome to Deep Fat Fried, the greatest show in all of existence. We are welcome.
We're welcome?
We are?
Not you guys, them.
Oh.
They are welcome.
And is that a black light you're holding in your hand?
No, it's just a regular old flashlight. Because I know they all said thank you the second I announced that we were doing the show. They're like, thank you. Thank you, O benevolent, wise gods of internet content.
Oh, hallelujah.
The gods of the internet.
They have arrived.
My name.
We really are the fucking greatest, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, we can be as humble as we want and be like, oh, no. But, I mean, ultimately, we're the fucking best.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we may not have all the fucking bells and whistles and flourishes, but you know what we got that no one else has is heart. Everyone else,
courage.
Empty. Fucking suits, just fucking, just talking gibberish. We're the real deal. Everyone else,
true. I'll tell you what, you truly know you got nothing when you can fall back on heart. Oh, what do you got? I have a heart. I got heart. I got something.
No, not a heart, Scotty. Everyone's got a heart. I'm talking about heart, Scotty. I'm talking about the fucking key ingredient.
Do you have strength of the soul, TJ?
You got strength of the heart.
Capital H heart is what TJ's talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about heart with a capital H, Scotty. And maybe a capital EART too.
Art?
Fart.
Art?
Fart.
Heart.
Heart!
When our powers combine. I am Captain Planet. Captain Planet. He's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Is he really?
No, he sucks. Captain Planet's the lamest hero ever.
So no.
Dude, Captain Planet kicked pretty big ass, though, if you think about it.
I mean,
like, he might have been lame looking and like the concept might have been lame, but he could control the elements. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, you know, you're right. And then, you know, like one of the first episodes, he like literally just like tears apart this giant machine like with his bare hands. So I guess he is pretty badass.
I mean, yeah, dude, he may be goofy looking, but I wouldn't say it to his face.
That's true.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
You're the gayest shit I ever seen.
Yeah.
But he's gonna hurt you. He's just gonna sit you down for like a fucking big lecture.
You know why you're here tonight, TJ?
You guys ever seen the AIDS episode of Captain Planet? Oh, sorry. I guess.
Oh, no, TJ. Look at TJ.
Yeah,
I'm you.
Whoa.
I'm you.
Whoa.
Do you know why you are here tonight?
I can't really tell what that. I think.
Silence!
Okay.
Do you know why you are here tonight, TJ?
Yeah, just to squint and try to make out what picture you're showing.
That is correct, TJ. That is why you are here. And I will give you 1 million schmeckles if you can tell me what the picture is.
I think that's the picture of me holding Cornelius, but I can't.
You have won 1 million schmeckles. How does it feel?
Good.
TJ, a few years back, we covered conspiracy theories and why people believe in them. This time around, I wanted us to take a look at 10 of the weirdest conspiracy theories I could find. It's not to say that these are, in fact, the weirdest conspiracy theories, but only that ones that I could find. And just so you know, we ain't covering 9/11 or who shot JFK, because frankly, we've all heard endlessly about those things.
Yeah,
that's not to say that we'll never cover them, but it's not happening tonight.
I'm going to say we'll never cover them because they're boring.
So basically, we're having a show where you're just going to tell us the truth about everything.
Well, yes. From a certain point of view, that is correct. We're going to reveal real.
That is correct.
All right. So the first one's going to shock you guys, especially Paul. Paul is dead.
What?
Paul is dead.
Paul is dead.
I'm alive. I'm alive. He's burying me. I'm alive.
Don't be so conceited, Paul. Not you.
No, Paul McCartney.
Oh,
Paul McCartney. Yes, yeah. You're waiting for the shoe to drop. No, but I do believe this theory is also true about Paul as well, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But we'll go over the more famous Paul first.
Okay.
Paul McCartney never wrote "Maybe I'm Amazed." He never formed the band Wings. He never clashed with Yoko, became a vegetarian, or fathered any of his children. when Queen Elizabeth knighted him in 1997, she was actually knighting someone else. This is because, you guys ready? Paul McCartney secretly died in 1966.
Whoa.
He's dead.
I've heard of this one before. I've actually heard of this crazy conspiracy theory before. And yes, there are people that believe it.
Yes.
My mom is a strict adherent to this. She believes that Paul died a long time ago.
Oh, she does? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So we actually have some personal experience with this one. That's interesting. So the craze began when a DJ here in good old America by the name of Russ Gibb, who was told by a mysterious caller to put on the Beatles' White Album, released the year before. The caller suggested that Russ spin the intro to track Revolution 9 backwards. What Russ heard sparked one of the most persistent fan conspiracies in music history. He heard, "Turn me on, dead man."
Whoa.
And look here, no match, dude. We haven't got to this one yet, TJ, so go back to the other one.
Oh, okay.
As fans pored over their records and obsessed over the band to wrangle out any more clues, some claim that Strawberry Fields ended with John Lennon saying, "I buried Paul." So at this point, they're presenting like it's in their work. Now, that's the theory so far that goes. Okay, and the most prominent way that he died was that he died during a traffic collision in 1966. So he got into a car wreck, he was killed, and of course, they could have just said, "Hey, the Beatles are done. Paul McCartney's fucking dead. The Beatles are done. We're going to form a new band or whatever." This is where it gets interesting. The theorists claim the other Beatles covered up his death, hiring someone who looked like him, sang like him, and had the same jovial personality. But the guilt eventually got to them, and they began hiding clues in their music. In the song Taxman, George Harrison gave his, quote, "advice for those who die," meaning, of course, Paul McCartney.
Wow.
The entire Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band album was awash with Paul is Dead clues. The Beatles formed a, quote, "new band" featuring a fictional member named Billy Shears, supposedly the name of Paul's replacement. The album contained John Lennon's "A Day in the Life," which had the lyrics, he blew his mind out in a car.
Wow.
He blew his mind out in a car. Wow. Just powerful stuff. And recorded the phrase,
I'm sold.
Oh, shit. We have believers. So, I mean, we're not even
hard. I believed this since I was a little kid. My mom, now I haven't heard all of this stuff, like the actual lore behind it, because what I think happens a lot of times with these conspiracy things is that it's like a game of telephone. I remember my mom saying that when you played that record backwards, it said, "Paul is dead, Paul is dead, Paul is dead." And then "Turn me on, dead man, Paul is dead, Paul is dead," right?
Wow.
Paul is dead. Paul.
And then I heard sprinklings of these other ones about, there being lyrics that are talking about Paul having died, and that there's like a double that they use for Paul.
Just look at these two guys. Clearly
Right.
the same dude.
It's no match, dude. No match.
No match.
The eyebrows are different. Look at that. Different eyebrows. Look at the haircut. Different haircut.
Uh-huh.
So the thing you're talking about, Paul, is that John Lennon also recorded the phrase.
The guy has his face kind of tilted downward. The second guy has his face tilted upward. I mean, like, this is not the same guy.
Well, clearly. And I mean, but TJ, so a point Paul made is, and he recorded the phrase, "Paul is dead, miss him, miss him."
Yeah, that's what it was.
Paul is dead, miss him. I mean, isn't that crazy to say? And then John Lennon recorded this. Paul is dead, miss him, miss him. Which becomes evident only when the song is played backwards, TJ. So, I mean, you can't just listen to it and hear it. It's when it's played backwards. Because, of course, we know all true meaning to songs are when they're played in reverse.
Right. That's when you hear the real shit.
Now, of course, the thing where they talk about the end of Strawberry Fields where they say, "I buried Paul," John Lennon in interviews claimed he was actually saying cranberry sauce. So, I mean, you can take that. But, I mean, obviously, Lennon was probably just getting nervous that people were on to the fucking conspiracy. He's like, "Oh, we said cranberry sauce. We didn't say that."
Right. started regretting putting all them clues in the albums.
They got away with it though, because I mean, look, none of them has ever been fucking actually brought to justice for anything that might have happened to Paul.
I mean, you probably feel kind of like a kindred spirit with that. 'Cause, I mean, his name is Paul. You know, your name Paul, and it's like, whoa, Paul is dead. Can this group attain like success? I mean, look, if we ever get super successful, Paul's probably looking over his shoulder. And can you really blame him?
I mean, yeah, dude. If somebody out there is knocking off Pauls and replacing them with shitty fucking, replacements, then yeah, I gotta look out. I gotta watch out, man. Or maybe it happened already.
Oh shit!
You don't
so
back in the day.
we're actually ready for the next image now, TJ. So the original cover of 1966 Yesterday and Today album featured the Beatles posed amid raw meat and dismembered doll parts, symbolizing McCartney's gruesome accident.
Wow, yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
did he run into a dump truck of babies?
yeah, he did. Several
Oh.
babies were also killed.
There's actually a really crazy story behind this too, about how this was like a super controversial album cover. They actually printed 60,000 of these things. They're worth a lot of money because they were pulled because in America they were just quote unquote just like too offensive. This album cover was edgy for its time. I know it's hard to believe, but this was actually edgy back in the 60s.
Hey, man, I believe it. I mean, I think that if somebody did this now, there would probably be some fucking, gaggle of groups squawking about it.
You're right. I mean, as big as the Beatles were, yeah. Now, TJ, here's another one, TJ. If fans placed a mirror in front of the Sgt. Pepper album cover, the words Lonely Heart on the drum logo could be read as 1, X, he die, 1, he 1.
What?
Yeah.
He die. He die.
He die 1.
He die 1 X. He die.
You guys want more proof?
Well, look at this. Start from the front. 1 X.
He die.
He die.
I mean, that's actually new evidence, Paul, that you've just presented to everyone here, because that's actually not the reason this was pulled, but that's actually a good eye.
This is the most famous picture of the fucking Beatles. 1 X. He die.
Damn. That is fucking crazy.
Who is it? It's Paul.
Now here's this. And of course there's the Abbey Road cover on which John, George, and Ringo forwent all pretense and pretend to cross the street as a funeral procession. John wore all white, like a clergyman, TJ. Ringo, the mourner, dressed in black. George donned jeans, like a gravedigger. Paul wore no shoes. He didn't need them because he was dead. And walked out of step with the others. Yep.
He was the corpse, dude.
He's dead, dude.
Dead. He's dead.
Dude.
Yeah, see, because everyone else is putting their fucking left leg forward, and he's putting his right leg forward.
1 X, you're dead.
He dead, Paul. He dead.
He dead.
Look, the clergyman, the mourner, the body, the gravedigger, all in order, dude. Are you guys convinced now? Wild conspiracy.
At first, I thought this was just a wild claim made by people with too much time on their hands. But the more we study and investigate, the more I'm certain of the veracity of these claims.
And not only that, I know this episode, we might change this to 10 truths.
Cover. You know what I mean?
10 crazy truths might be the title of this episode. We might have to go back and edit it.
Truths that you didn't know.
So, probably the most famous Beatles album, the White Album. The bare bones cover of the White Album left even the most devoted conspiracy theorists stumped for clues. So fans instead turned to the fold-out collage poster included with the album. Aha. The Beatles are making it work for this one.
Okay.
A snapshot of what appears to be McCartney in glasses and a civil servant's haircut was theorized to be William Campbell, the winner of a Paul McCartney lookalike contest, who was then recruited to be the imposter.
Wow, yeah.
And you can see it right there. William Campbell. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
William fucking Campbell, dude.
So this charlatan piece of shit that's been roaming around all these years is really William Campbell.
That's what the theory holds. The second, allegedly. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
Paul McCartney. I'm gonna fucking call him out and be like, "Hey, William." Yeah, that's right, William Campbell. I know who you are.
Damn, dude, you got some courage there,
You'll
TJ.
probably get beaten up by a big security guard at best, TJ. So I wouldn't.
Fuck that. I ain't getting beaten up by shit.
Okay.
That's William Campbell right there.
This is the full collage. But the second image is even more insidious. It's allegedly a picture of McCartney's corpse being washed prior to an autopsy.
Wow.
Morgue attendants, TJ, will indeed wash bodies prior to an autopsy. So, I mean, there you have it.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like some dude washing his hair, but no, that's a body, sir.
This is a full emission, guys. I mean, look at this. TJ, if you go in the upper left-hand corner, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just brazen. That's Paul McCartney's corpse being washed.
Dead.
I mean, notice you can't see the top of his head. I mean, maybe they Kennedy him. You know, he got that. They blew his brains out.
I'm fucking stunned by the weight of the evidence that you've presented thus far, because it's absurdly obvious this man was replaced.
It's brutal.
Wow. I mean, I was going to ask for consensus on this one, guys, but I don't think it's necessary. I mean,
we don't need consensus.
It's clear here that Paul McCartney was in fact replaced. Okay, well, 1 down, 9 to go.
Yeah, so we've confirmed one conspiracy. What's this? What's the Elvis one?
This is Elvis hasn't left the building. Music legend Elvis Presley died on August 16th, 1977. Or did he? Dun, dun, dun! If the latest conspiracy theory is to be believed, the king of rock and roll faked his own death and now works as a groundsman in Graceland. Grainy footage of a bearded man has been posted on YouTube by user The Shadow, who claims the figure is an 81-year-old Elvis.
Damn.
Now, this is crazy, guys. In a caption for the video, which has been viewed nearly 2.2 million times, The Shadow writes, and who is The Shadow, we don't know. He raises his 2 fingers at the top of the left of his head as a proof of life signal. In Chaldean numerology, the numerical value of V sign in numerology is 9. Proof of life. He told us he is alive with the simple V sign. Number 9, I'm alive. He is giving us a clue that he knows we are all there watching him, and to his most loyal fans that he is indeed with us.
So some fat old hippie wandered around somewhere near Elvis's old stomping grounds and threw up a peace sign at a bunch of people, and that is proof that Elvis is alive.
This guy works on the grounds of Graceland. This guy works there. It's Elvis.
Yeah, one thing I'll tell you about Elvis, though, you know, he was an expert in Chaldean numerology. You know,
well, obviously,
Chaldean numerology.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul.
That was a big fascination of Elvis. So, you know, he knew the numerical sign V in numerology is 9, which equals proof of life. He knows.
Well, pardon me.
Elvis was an expert in all that.
But I've never fucking heard of Chaldean numerology, nor have I heard that Elvis was ever a fucking part of it. So I'm
interesting. Really, Paul?
So far, this one is bullshit.
You see
all right,
video.
Paul. All right. Let's go. Let's take a look.
Tell me this isn't Elvis fucking Presley, dude.
Okay.
Let's see Elvis, everyone.
That's Elvis, dude.
Look at the way he walks. You guys feel honored to see this. Proof. Why would he do that?
What now, Paul?
There's not some big crowd, Paul. There's no big crowd.
That there's Elvis Presley, my friend.
No, it isn't.
It's Elvis.
No, it isn't.
Paul, it's look.
Look at how look how he does it, like real subtly.
A blue hat, Paul. Blue suede shoes. A blue hat.
Hold on, everyone, shut up. Let's take a closer look. Yep. Oh yeah.
He scratched a fucking pimple on his face.
It's Chaldean numerology, Paul.
He brushed a mosquito off his ear.
It's the number 9, which symbolizes life.
He's not a Chaldean numerologist.
He is, Paul.
Paul's an
That
idiot.
looked nothing like fucking Elvis Presley. That was not Elvis.
You know, Paul just doesn't have the sixth sense for these things, because the second I saw that man, even before he did the Chaldean fucking V sign to symbol number 9.
And why did he do it, Paul? But why did he do it? You know why he did it? I'll tell you why.
Old guy that has to clean up Graceland. Why did he scratch a fucking spot on his ear? I don't know. Probably because it itched.
I felt the presence of Elvis. I felt it.
No, Paul. Well, look, we've established he faked his own death, clearly. I mean, Elvis is alive. So one of the biggest, quote-unquote, theories on why Presley may have faked his own death was because he had to in order to escape the mafia. Fucking mob wanted to take him out.
I see.
So Gail Brewer Gorgio, the author of the 1988 best-selling book Is Elvis Alive?, recalled in a recent interview with Time how she poured through thousands of FBI documents to come to the conclusion that Presley was an American hero who had to go into the witness protection program. Do I know if Elvis is alive today? No, I don't know, she said. But I know he didn't die on August 16th. She knows it, guys. She fucking knows.
She wrote the book.
Yeah. So now she's like 78 years old. Said the FBI enlisted Presley as an undercover agent in 1976 to help the agency infiltrate a criminal organization called the Fraternity.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which was apparently made up of dozens of racketeers. You know why he did this, guys?
The Fraternity?
The Fraternity, Paul.
Yeah. He volunteered, spurred by the love of America and respect for the FBI. Like, they came to Elvis and were like, Elvis, we need you to crack this fucking racketeering ring. You're the only one that can do it.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. Hold the presses. The fucking FBI is not going to use Elvis Presley to crack some racketeering ring. It just
Why not?
Yes, they did, Paul. Yes, they did.
Because think about it. If you're a fucking racketeering ring and Elvis Presley shows up, are you really going to think like, oh, Elvis Presley, he's probably fucking undercover government agent?
I mean, if I'm a racketeering ring, I'm probably going to kidnap Elvis Presley and take him on tour in some shady areas and charge people money to see him and force him to dance.
Okay, Paul. You know what? They have a good reason. The author said the agency had approached Presley because a member, fuck you, OneDrive. Okay, thank you, OneDrive. Again, really appreciate that. So the reason they did this, though, was because he had dealings with one of them. So the agency had approached Presley because a member of the family had apparent dealings with Presley over the sale of an airplane the singer had. But when Presley... Yeah, they had dealings. He was trying to sell an airplane. But when Presley was found to be a mole, he was put into the witness protection program. Yeah. So, guys, that's what happened. They were going to kill Elvis because Elvis was trying to rat him out. I mean, he had no choice. Elvis was going to be fucking killed. And, like, look, Elvis is too high profile. They can't just be like, well, Elvis is dead now. I mean, like, there's got to be proof. There's got to be a big news story. Hence the whole he died on the toilet. He was trying to take a huge shit, you know.
So they went to a dude who was in the twilight of his career.
Yeah.
Who was routinely traveling all over the country just to eat 5 chicken fried steaks at different places.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only dude what could bust up the criminal enterprise ring?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is, in fact, 100% correct. That is the only one that could do that. Who else could do it, Paul? They needed the king.
But yeah, they needed Elvis like back in his youth when he was like, you know, spry. They didn't need big old fat, greasy, old sweaty old Elvis.
You know what they did, Paul?
Yes, they did, Paul.
This is just the kind of disgusting and shocking moment for the show.
The fact of the case doesn't mean that they're not,
So of course the FBI has not commented on this decades old claim that Gail Brewer's made during her book, but there's no mention of Presley aiding the FBI in more than 760 files the federal agency has released that pertain to the singer between 1956 and 1980. The FBI never investigated Presley, but a folder in his name was created because he had been the target of several extortion attempts the FBI probed. Isn't that crazy, Paul? Someone tried to extort Elvis.
They're not a rich fucking guy. Yeah, if you're a super rich fucking guy, there's probably going to be a couple grifters that are going to try and get your money.
Yeah, like the mob, Paul. And when it doesn't go their way, they try to kill Elvis. And what do they have to do to save Elvis's life? Witness protection program. Seems plausible to me.
It sounds like a great Quentin Tarantino movie, honestly. If you want to be real, like, since he's now in the business of, you know, kind of rewriting history, maybe he could do the Elvis Actually Escaped movie, and we, like, you know, from a Tarantino perspective. That'd be kind of fun.
So this is what some expert had to say, whatever that means. Those FBI files are available to the public. I have them. There's nothing in there, said Patrick Lacey, an Elvis Presley researcher who wrote Elvis Decoded, which debunks the theories surrounding Presley's death.
Debunks, dude.
Whatever. All the evidence points to a death. The medical evidence, the eyewitness report, Lacey told Time magazine. To have him have faked his death would have required the silence and service of literally hundreds, if not thousands of people over the years. How convenient. This so-called expert says there's lots of evidence. Huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have to rate this claim 100% true. Elvis is working the grounds right now at Graceland to stay close to where, you know, his heart's always been, which has been Graceland.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, why else would that groundskeeper have done that V sign? I mean, you just can't explain it otherwise.
Well, I guess I will be the lone person on the cast with a brain in his head and say that this is totally made up bullshit.
No. Well, anyone that wants to attack Paul in the comments, feel free to do so for not acknowledging that Elvis is in fact alive and still singing the
viciously, ruthlessly.
I think Elvis is dead as a doornail. And I think that old man doing the gardening at fucking Graceland is really unlucky to have that job at his age, because it looks pretty tough.
Now, guys, I found out a lot of rich and famous people. It's really not an easy way to put this. They are time travelers and or vampires.
Cool.
I mean, like, it's kind of disturbing, I know, to find that out, but it's kind of what you would expect. I mean, it is the elite that is this.
Yeah, I mean, the elites are always doing it.
This one I have heard, and I do think that there's a lot of truth to this one.
Oh, there's a lot of truth to this.
Like this insinuation that a lot of people are vampires out there. I totally believe this. So I'm interested to see. I'm assuming Prince Charles here is.
Prince Charles is a vampire.
Okay.
And here's the evidence. According to genealogy records, Prince Charles is believed to be descended from. You guys won't get this. Next image, TJ.
Who's he descended from? Vlad Tepes Dracula?
Vlad the Impaler.
How did I know Vlad Tepes and his fucking mustache were going to show up to save the day yet again? Vlad Tepes, the fucking Impaler, dude.
The inspiration, quote unquote, for Dracula. It's fucking Dracula.
He was Dracula.
He's fucking Dracula.
Vlad Tepes was Dracula. Let's be honest here. He was the dude what impaled people and what sucked their blood out and shit. So what you're saying, are they trying to say that Prince Charles is Vlad Tepes?
Could be. I mean, we don't know. I mean, according to this official book, it says the prince can trace his lineage back through his great-grandmother, Queen Mary, the consort of George V, to Vlad, looks like sixth, the half-brother of the notorious ruler. Or actually, looks like the fourth. The heir to the throne has even appeared in a promotional video for the Romanian National Tourist Office, joking, "Transylvania is in my blood." Interesting.
Okay, so people are really taking the vampire menace lightly, is what I'm hearing from this story.
They're not serious about it, Paul, and I don't know why.
It's a joke or some shit, and like, okay, yeah, they'll be laughing until they're walking through fucking Central Park one night after dark. You know what I mean? And some fucking vampire comes and bites their throat out, drinks all their blood, shit.
In 2017, it was reported that Charles had even been offered the honorific title of Prince of Transylvania because of his links to the region and promotion of Transylvania as a tourist destination. Wow, kind of crazy. Just, I mean, Sky, part of the British royal family, just either Dracula or directly related to Dracula. I mean, wow.
Thanks for visiting Romania. We hope it didn't suck.
Another reason that Harper's Bazaar magazine says one of the reasons the theory carries weight is because the disease porphyria,
yeah,
is present among the royals. Porphyria is an iron deficiency disease that makes sensitive skin sensitive to sunlight. Excuse me, butchered that.
I mispronounced it too. It's porphyria.
Porphyria is an iron deficiency disease that makes skin sensitive to sunlight. Because I fucking got tongue tied with all those D's. I mean, kind of strange, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely strange.
Too many D's in his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Too many.
I've heard that a number of celebrities are vampires, and I'm interested to see if Scotty found any of those.
Oh, this is the vampire section, Paul. Damn right we did.
I don't buy it.
What?
You don't buy it?
I don't believe Prince Charles.
Man,
he's related to fucking Dracula. TJ, are you fucking kidding me?
I don't believe in vampires.
Scotty, can I tell you something, Scotty?
Please, man, please.
Maybe this happens to you sometimes too. Every once in a blue moon, I think to myself, wow, TJ, there might be another brain cell in there to rub together with the one that he usually has. Like, that's a good thing. And then usually within like 10 or 15 seconds of me thinking that, he says something completely stupid like, I don't believe that Prince Charles is a direct descendant of the first vampire.
It's publicly acknowledged, even by him.
And it would be one thing if you just made that claim, but Scotty just laid out point for fucking point, TJ.
Yeah, I don't think we can judge a man by, his ancestry, So,
so you're a vampire apologist then?
No, I don't even believe in vampires.
You like them bloods?
I don't believe in no vampires.
Why not?
Vampire exists. I ain't seen a vampire. Have you seen a vampire? No.
I have. Prince Charles.
Doesn't that kind of prove the point? They're stealthy. You're not supposed to see a vampire dipshit.
Until
the people that see vampires die.
Until one shows up, and I'll fucking believe it then.
Okay.
All right, TJ. You want more proof about vampires?
Oh, this guy's a vampire.
Jay-Z is a time-traveling vampire.
He's a vampire.
No.
V to the Izamp, P to the Empire, dude. He's a vampire.
Oh, look, this one doesn't have a bunch of people talking about it like the Prince Charles one, or actually not as many as the other one, but here's the evidence for this. Next image, TJ.
I believe it. No, I just believe it. We don't even need to go over it. I believe it.
1939.
Well, why does he have to be a time-traveling vampire? I mean, like, if he's a vampire, he doesn't age. So
we're not sure. We're not sure. I mean, like, I was on sites like Reddit, a very reliable source of information, might I add. And people posited on there that he was a time-traveling vampire. Now, I'm not sure if he's one or both, but he's definitely one.
Let me tell you something. I know vampires. This motherfucker's a vampire.
So, guys, TJ, can you enhance the image a little bit? TJ, please enhance. Enhance.
This is okay. Can I tell you guys something right now?
Vampire. Look.
That's Jay-Z.
It is? I know.
100%. That's Jay-Z. And it looks like he was well-to-do even back then, too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a vampire. Now, you guys are convinced now, right? I mean, you guys are no longer skeptics of this.
I was already convinced. This vampire shit, I already told you, man. Like, you got to... For me, I'm the kind of guy, and you call me crazy, but you got to be... The burden of proof is on you to prove to me that you're not a vampire. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, there's a number of easy tests. Like, here's some garlic. You want some garlic on that? No? Right. Oh, you want to go in the sunlight?
Let me put some weights on you and throw you in the lake. And if you float, then, you're fine. But if you sink, you're a fucking vampire.
Yeah, here's a mirror. What do you look like in this mirror? Let's take a look at you in the mirror. I mean, there's some basic tests that you can, how do you feel about silver? How about a cross to the heart? If you survive all those things, you're not a vampire. Now, guys, look. We're presenting like two of like the princes of, celebrity vampires. If you want to see the king of celebrity vampires, I think we all know who it is.
Yeah.
It's Nick Cage.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, come on.
Duh.
I mean, like, how's this even a conspiracy? I thought this is just like a well-known fact.
So this is a photo from 1870.
Right.
I mean,
Like, case closed.
It's Nicolas Cage.
I mean, you see that man, you know that's Nicolas Cage.
and this was someone trying to reveal the truth. So this actually came out through an eBay listing under the headline, Nicolas Cage is a vampire. So in 2012, after this image, became a big thing, Nicolas Cage actually sat down with David Letterman to try to, clear the air on the accusation. And this is what he said. There is a resemblance, but how can I be polite about this? He asked. It's a slowed down version of me, implying the man in the question wasn't as attractive. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant that he's retarded. But all right. Fair enough. Before he removed the post, the Seattle-based man who found the photo was asking for $1 million in his eBay listing. Personally, I believe it's him, and that he is some sort of walking undead, vampire, etc., who quickens and reinvents himself once every 75 years or so. Read the listing. 150 years from now, he might be a politician, the leader of a cult, or a talk show host.
Yeah. I mean, like, once again, this is not a conspiracy theory, Scotty. This is just a basic fact that everyone should understand.
Yeah, and why would Nicolas
Cage?
Oh, go ahead.
I just believe that he's probably one of the head vampires of the whole coven. I don't know that he's the top one, but he might be. But he's definitely in the command structure of the vampire.
You're about
society.
to eat some crow on that, Paul. You sure you want to make that statement? You sure you want to make that statement, Paul? Because you guys probably thought that's all I had on this was, there's a picture. I mean, look, seeing is believing, right? But let's go a little bit further.
Hold on, I want to compare him to Vlad Tepes here.
Okay, go ahead. I have no problem with that, TJ.
All right, he's not Vlad Tepes, but
I don't know, dude. If you put a big old mustache and a big old plumed hat on him,
I mean, we don't know how accurate this painting is, I guess.
yeah.
TJ, you want to say this? Let's talk about. Let's go to the next image. So Idris Elba, who worked the actor on 2007's Ghost Rider, and I apologize to Idris Elba for that. That's probably a horrible experience to remember.
That must have sucked.
Recalled the truly remarkable anecdote during as a recent Reddit AMA. This is Idris Elba. Nick Cage came back one day on the set, and he came down to set, and he looked a little bit tired, a little bit, kind of like he's been up all night. Wrote Elba. So it was like, "Hey Nick, man, how you doing, man?" And he said, "I'm all right." And I said, "You seem a little spoked out." And he said, "Yeah, man, I went up to Dracula's castle, the ruins up in the mountains, and I stayed the night." And I said, "What? Why?" And he said, "I just had to channel the energy, and it was pretty spooky up there. We were shooting in Romania in Transylvania, and he just went up there to spend the night, as you do." And then he walked away. To channel the energy, Nicolas Cage went to the source of his power, the channel energy, which is probably just required by, being Dracula. You probably have to, once a year you must return and channel the strength of your homeland or something. Dude, he is fucking Dracula. Nicolas Cage has been proven to be Dracula. Who does that? Unless you're Dracula.
It's like in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
The earth, the soil.
Yeah, the soil of fucking, Castle Dracula has to go with him wherever he goes because he needs it. And he has to be close to it. Damn. Well, case closed on this one for me. That's 3 vampires in a row that we've outed.
Prince Charles is not a vampire.
TJ, you're full of fucking shit, and nobody takes your opinion on that.
God fucking damn it, TJ.
Seriously.
There's just no good evidence in that case. I mean, look, Jay-Z, yes, obviously. Nicolas Cage, you're an idiot if you think otherwise. But Prince Charles, he's not a vampire. He's not.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, why don't you go spend some time in a dark alley with Prince Charles at like 3 a.m. and see what happens?
Maybe I will.
Okay.
Maybe I fucking will, Paul.
Yeah, I think you'll find it to be a very draining experience.
Yeah. Yeah, you might find his humor a bit dry, TJ.
Mm-hmm. You guys are idiots.
So you don't believe all that, TJ? That's fine, man. You're a fucking skeptic. I get you. But TJ, some people, and I think they're smart people, believe that a research facility in Alaska is a mind control lab. And before I tell you guys anything else about this, if you had to picture in your mind a mind control lab. Would you picture this?
Not necessarily, but that doesn't mean it's not what it is. And what are those little boxes? What are those? Are those
Yeah, I'm disturbed by the little boxes because it just
what's going on in those?
What's going on in those things? Nobody knows, man.
Yeah. What's he building in there?
What the hell is he building in there?
The world deserves to know. We all deserve to know. It concerns all of us. What is he building in there?
Like fucking prisoners in these boxes, and they're using all that shit around them to like control their brainwaves and shit.
Maybe it's concentrating their brainwaves to use psychic energy to disrupt various areas on the planet.
All solid
Dude,
theories.
they're little torture boxes. They're little torture boxes, and everybody in them is being tortured, and all of that anguish and pain is being exported through these antennas all over the globe and just showered on all of us, making us all hate ourselves and each other.
Wow, yeah.
Sounds good.
Paul's right.
So, in the mountains of Alaska, you can find the high-frequency, active auroral research program that helps scientists study the farthest distances of the atmosphere. Good one.
What are those little boxes for then? Why you got little prisons everywhere?
The facility sits on 33 acres of land and has over 180 antennas, 180 torture boxes, was they admitted from that.
Yep.
So this is supposedly what they do. The antennas have collected data about the aurora borealis, radio waves, and other atmospheric occurrences.
Right.
But the smart people of the world think the antennas are experimental weaponry that can control people's minds. Others believe, and these are also smart people, it caused the Columbia space shuttle just to destruct in 2003.
I mean, that's the least of our concerns. Like, it goes so much further than that.
Oh, yeah. You think that's all it does, TJ?
Every bad thing that happens in the world, I'm convinced, it's coming from here. We should destroy this.
I mean, look, mind control, that not enough for you, TJ? Destroying the fucking Columbia space shuttle, that not enough for you?
No, it's not.
I'll go one further.
Okay.
On May 22nd, 2011, at 5:41 p.m., Joplin, Missouri, was hit with a devastating tornado with winds reaching 200 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
The tornado leveled the town and killed 161 people.
Brutal.
However, the out-of-the-world strength of this tornado led some to create, quote, conspiracy theories. The most popular theory is that the tornado was created by the U.S. military at a facility up in Alaska known as, guys, this comes as no surprise to you, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, otherwise known as HARP. The facility studies the Earth's upper atmosphere, but many believe it can create hurricanes and tornadoes, like the one in Joplin. Experts say this theory is false. What do they know?
Let me tell you something. You guys.
These people died because the government wanted to see if they could create a fucking tornado.
Honestly, these so-called conspiracy theorists are fucking really underestimating the power of this fucking facility. Because if they think, oh, it made a space shuttle crash and it made a tornado happen, no. Literally, all misery that exists on the planet Earth is created by this facility.
Damn.
Mankind's natural state is to live in harmony and equilibrium.
But can I provide a counterpoint real quick? If it is true that HARP knocked down Joplin, is this Mississippi?
Missouri.
If it's true that HARP knocked down Joplin, Missouri, like weren't they kind of right to do that? Isn't Joplin? What is Joplin like a big, beautiful example of a wonderful fucking community or something?
It would be if not for this facility.
161 lives lost, Paul. Just because the U.S. government wanted to play with their toy. It's because they wanted to play with their toy.
That sucks, But ultimately, like, is a world without Joplin a better world? Question mark.
It's not, Paul.
The problem here, Paul, is you're looking at things in the context of the world that this facility has created. So, yeah, Joplin, Missouri is and always will be a shithole, right?
Uh-huh.
But that's only because of this facility in the first place, because it's the facility that made Joplin a shithole to begin with, even prior to this tornado.
Paul, look, these people in the town were mind controlled.
Before HARP, right? Everyone lived in peace and harmony.
Yeah.
And we were given this false history that, we've always lived in turmoil and struggle and strife. None of that even happened, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We lived in perfect harmony. The government wanted more power, so they created this machine that creates disharmony and discord in order to control us more easily. It's a classic divide and conquer strategy.
I see.
It's mind control. I mean, look, Paul, you think all these people wanted to be hanging around Joplin, Missouri? This was a test town built by the U.S. government to see what would happen when they unleashed their weapons on them. Like, okay, 200-mile-per-hour winds, tornado, go.
I have a feeling
they want to see how many people would survive.
If you could go back in time and go around town, there'd be plenty of people that are like, well, I'm just glad that I live right here in beautiful Joplin, Missouri. God's greenest and most verdant pasture right here in Joplin, Missouri, man. God's country.
You know what's even more insidious about this, guys? In 2016, the facility held an open house so the public could see what they were up to was not even dangerous. They lie to our fucking faces. They even say, come out to the facility and take a look. They know it's too sophisticated for the average idiot to figure out. They're going to look at it and go, what's this antenna do? Oh, we're researching the Aurora Borealis. How fucking convenient that they're doing this research and all these tragedies happen. I know, Paul. And look, Paul, I understand what you're saying. This was a test town, Paul. These people were mind controlled. They didn't want to be there. They probably came from all over the country. People that wouldn't be missed. People that would go, oh, it's so tragic. That person died. They believe the false history.
And drifters and
that's what they look like. Look at this guy. This guy's wrapped in a blanket. Why is he even wrapped in a blanket? It's a hobo.
Well, yeah, because last night he was walking around the streets of New York City, in the middle of the night, looking for a doorway to sleep in.
Just amazing things.
Man, dude, this conspiracy... Dude, how deep does the rabbit hole go is what I want to know, man.
I don't know.
How many of these people right here might even be crisis actors, dude?
Ready for false flag events? Highly possible. Do you guys know, before we do the next one, do you guys know what sinister and disgustingly evil airport this is? Have you guys ever been here?
I have flown into this airport a number of times in my life.
Oh, shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is Denver International.
This is, yeah. So, Paul, you've actually been at the site.
I have actually seen this airport a number of times. So, yeah, I've been on this airport for sure.
TJ, have you been to Denver? I think you went there one time, didn't you?
I've been through it really briefly.
So, TJ, you've been there. So, two of the three people on the show have actually been to the airport of evil. The Denver International Airport is twice the size of Manhattan, New York, and almost every corner of this massive transportation hub is filled with conspiracy theories. For starters, the airport was $2 billion over budget, leading some to believe it has an underground structure that is either used as bunkers or as headquarters of the Illuminati.
There is no, by the way, I've actually looked into this because I found it. The first time I flew through it, I was pretty young. And it was like a stopover on the way back from the East Coast. Like we flew through Denver, and I remember seeing a lot of the weird stuff that was up on the walls. No, I wasn't super young, but I was like a teenager or something. And I remember going home and looking into it and trying to figure out about this. And I've stumbled into the stuff about this, but I went back a couple of times as an adult. And yeah, dude. This place is dripping with occult symbolism, and there's no doubt in my mind that there's shit underneath this place.
That's because
there's bunkers or some kind of shit.
This is the headquarters of the Illuminati, gentlemen.
Yeah. I mean, just look at this picture here. You can you get almost like a fucking overlook hotel feel from it,
I don't know if Scotty found it, but there's some aerial pictures of this airport that'll blow your mind, TJ. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we have those. First, we're gonna talk about the art.
Stallion of Satan.
This is Blucifer, TJ.
Yeah, Blucifer.
So this is very notable here, TJ, because this 32-foot sculpture of a horse actually fell on the sculptor and killed him. Mm-hmm. Severed an artery in his leg, and he bled out. He died.
Yep.
I mean, look at this thing though, TJ. You're going to the well, let's go to the airport. La la la. This what greets you, TJ. How you doing, TJ? It's Blucifer. Hope you have a nice flight. The Illuminati. The red eye. I didn't even think of that. What about this one, TJ?
Yeah. I mean, this is typical airport fare.
So murals around the airport are also troubling to some.
Crazy gas mask Nazi shoving a fucking cord up a bird's ass while homeless people cry. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah, look at that, man. It's a normal thing you see at the airport, right? Every airport has these scenes.
Yeah, horrible dystopian nightmare shock troopers cutting down women and children.
Yeah. And don't worry, the evidence for the Nazism goes even deeper. But let's go to the next one now.
Gargoyles, yeah.
This is actually Satan, Paul. This is Satan jumping out of a suitcase.
Yeah. Satan's just chilling. He's like, yeah, I'm Satan, bitch. What up?
TJ, did you get the children near a burning building?
I don't know. I think it's next, maybe.
Is that? Yeah, I'll tell you.
I guess it's not. Hold on.
It is in the document, so TJ done fucked up. Yeah, look at this peaceful scene.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's crying over all the dead wildlife as the woods burn behind them.
Yeah. It's like, look, the little kid's hugging a squirrel. They got a bird in a fucking case. You know, they're destroying the environment. But it's a happy scene.
Right.
So the art that's the subject of the brunt of the conspiracy theories are a series of murals by Leo Taguma. These feature depictions of children cowering in fear while a green dude holds a sword. It's a Nazi, dumbass. But the funny thing is that they actually say the Denver airport's explanation for these installations is they are children of the world dream for peace, or dream of peace, excuse me. So these kids are dreaming about peace, right? So the Nazi is fucking holding the sword. See that kid? He's dreaming of peace.
Yeah, and this devil's just dreaming of peace too, right?
Yeah, he wants peace as well.
Everyone just wants peace. And look, this Nazi guy, where is he at?
I think he's...
Yeah, he just wants peace too. They all want peace, right? Oh, yeah, and then the fucking airport's laid out like a swastika too. So, yeah, I'm sure everything's just normal.
Oh, wait a minute. What, TJ? What?
Swastika.
I fail to see what you are talking about. I see no swastika. By the way, TJ, would you happen to have your papers on you?
Yeah, I got my papers.
You have your papers, and are they in order, though?
Yeah, they're in order.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you to Central Command and have those papers thoroughly analyzed by an expert.
Good.
Bitch.
You are already dead and in hell, and I am your Nazi prison guard. You cannot shoot me or harm me in any way, TJ.
Oh, yeah?
That is right.
Actually, you're in hell, and I'm your prison guard, so...
You think someone hasn't tried that one before? You think you're a smart one, don't you? Well, you will soon find out that you are nowhere near as intelligent as you think you are. So.
Eternal itchy balls. Your balls shall itch for all time.
My balls itched before I ever met you, sir, and they will continue itching for eternity, and that has nothing to do with you or your coming suffering.
It does. It does.
Yeah, no, this. I mean, like, look.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a swastika. It's a Nazi. It's a bunch of fucking crazy Illuminati Nazis living.
Illuminazis, dude.
And like the evil of this place couldn't help but corrupt the airport above it with all this weird occult bullshit that's hanging everywhere. There's like Freemason imagery all over the goddamn place.
Oh, and we're gonna get to that. So there's
I didn't even know you pulled that.
There's an official explanation behind this, according to the FAA. Is that it has been optimized for allowing planes to take off in various directions based on the wind and different flight patterns.
Yeah.
Just so happens they need to have a swastika pattern. But hey, who am I to judge? How about the New World Airport Commission? Sounds like a reasonable organization, doesn't it?
Man, they're just blatant about it, aren't they? Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Look who it is. It's our old friend, the Freemasons, yet again being involved in some weird occult thing.
Yeah, and you can see it right there at the bottom, the New World Airport Commission. Oh.
They're so flagrant. They're so blatant.
Yeah, they don't even fucking try to hide it, man.
Nope. And there's a capsule. Look at this. There's a capsule. There's a time capsule beneath the stone. Has messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people in 2094 when they open that.
Oh my God. It's going to be a pestilential plague that just wipes the species out.
I mean, a Masonic symbol, the New World Airport Commission, the New World Order. I mean, a time capsule that's going to release who the fuck knows what. I mean, this is a prophecy. This is probably when they just assume control of us all. They wait 100 years. They have their plan in place. And when 2094 rolls around, is this when that's just year zero for them?
Damn.
Now, you guys have heard about how the Denver airport side of the Illuminati is crazy. What about an abandoned ghost town in New Jersey? Have you guys ever heard of this one before?
What's it called?
This is Ong's Hat, TJ.
Ong's Hat?
And this is actually the conspiracy theory here is that this is where people theorize the town was the site of a group that practiced interdimensional travel.
Listen, you guys aren't going to believe me, but I was actually born in Ong's Hat. Okay, I don't want you guys to judge me any differently. But yeah, I know about this one too. I was actually born in this.
Wow.
Paul's off the show.
I'm a dimension jumping being.
I ain't fucking hosting their show with no interdimensional bullshit. I'm racist against interdimensional beings.
Wow, dude.
I could go back in time and kill you in your mother's womb, TJ.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't trust you. Get the fuck off my show, bitch.
If you kick me off your show, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. All right, well.
My next dimensional jump is going to be back in time to kill your earliest ancestor I can find so that nobody you know and love ever existed. How's that?
Damn, dude. It's a pretty fucking brutal threat. But you know what? We won't have ever existed, TJ. So thanks for that, Paul. That actually is pretty considerate.
You can keep me on the show and you can keep your existence. How's that?
Fine.
Anyway, Scotty, please fill TJ in on Ong's Hat.
I mean, Paul can pretty much go to sleep at this point. This is all just his life. This is something he lived. So starting in the late 1700s, a town called Ong's Hat began appearing on maps in the northwest corner of the Pines, which is in New Jersey. Ong was the surname of the family that lived in the area, but it's unlikely there was ever a real settlement beyond a building or two. Nevertheless, the location stayed on maps into the 2000s, and to this day, people show up in the Pine Barrens looking for it. So can you go to the next one, please, TJ? So Ong's Hat is the center of a conspiracy theory. And it's even called by our favorite source, Wikipedia, one of the earliest internet-based secret history conspiracy theories that began as a work of collaborative fiction.
I see.
So this is what the theory involves. Princeton professors building a secret quantum physics lab in Ong's Hat built a device called the Egg, which allowed interdimensional travel. Now, there's a note here. A movie came out at the time named Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension has a very similar plot. But you know what? Fair enough, but that's a coincidence. And according to a pamphlet that has been popping up in the late 80s, Ong's Hat, Gateway to the Dimensions, a full-color brochure for the Institute of Chaos Studies and Moorish Science, Asharam. Ong's Hat was once home to secret experiments, so this is actually the more detailed version of it, led by the Dobbs twins, a pair of Princeton scientists, who've been forced to build the secret lab out in the Pine Barrens after their work in, quote, chaos studies got them booted from academia. Nearby, a mystic scholar and a carpet salesman named Wali Farad had established the ragtag Moorish science Asharam And over the time, the scientists and spiritual seekers met and began to merge their pursuits, blending meditation, physics, alchemy, and the metaphysical disciplines like remote viewing in never-before-seen ways.
Whoa.
And that's just scratching the fucking surface. That's scratching the surface of this shit and how far it goes. This is actually one of the rare books I was able to find. So I actually had a whole thing. This is the Incunabula, or Blula. I don't know how you say it.
Incunabula.
Incunabula. There you go. So you'll find cryptic references to Ong's Hat posted in bits and scraps since the earliest stage of the commercial internet. Details of the story were strange but true, like weapons-grade plutonium spill in New Jersey, which was covered up for years. Jersey locals describe military exercises related to the nearby Fort Dix, which lined up suspiciously with the claim of brutal raid on the Institute for Chaos Studies compound. So the military got involved, huh? And anyone looking into the brochure for the Institute, long passed around in online conspiracy circles, would find it listed in a rare book catalog featured here, the whatever, which first showed up around 1990. So the interesting thing about this conspiracy theory is the fact that, as we'll later learn, well, it's hard to say it, but the guy came clean about this. The guy's name is Joseph Mccartney, and the elements we described there, those things, some of those things did happen, but that was basically to make his story sound more plausible. So what you're seeing here, the catalog was supposedly compiled by someone named Emery Cranston, whose introduction claimed a collected works examined together reveal the secret scientific history of a parallel universe. Along with the brochure, the Incunabula listed other colorful books and publications, some seemingly untraceable and odd, and other editions of otherwise accessible tracts of science, meditation, Sufi mysticism, and the occult, which seemed to substantiate some of the legend's oddest bits. In the early 90s, in the late 90s and early 2000s, seekers looking into the legend online began to believe that just reading about Ong's Hat was starting to affect them.
Wow.
So just reading about this will affect you.
And look at this. You can see the dude in the fucking little egg capsule.
Yeah, he's in the egg.
Getting ready to travel the dimensions and shit.
The dimensional womb, TJ.
Sorry.
Don't downplay my people or our traditions.
Oh, dude, looks like he's fucking jizzing in his pants. That dimension jumping must be some hot shit.
It feels fucking great, TJ. And you know what the saddest thing about it is I could spend the next 2 million years trying to describe it to you if a normal, pitiful, non-Ong's Hatter like you could live such a long life, trying to explain to you in detail how good dimensional travel feels, and you would not have even 0.1% of an idea. And I can never show you because you didn't live in Ong's Hat. So sorry.
This is crazy, TJ. People reported various synchronicities, strange dreams, unusual visual perceptions, and shifts in reality monitoring.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't be.
Spooky town. Spooky town.
So, man, but rather than the Ong's Hat story, the catalog featured here, and the rest of the surrealistic sci-fi pretzel were manufactured, in fact, by Joseph Mccartney and his friends over more than a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with photocopied pamphlets in the 80s and bolstered with fake documents, radio show appearances, and other hijinks. But the exercise in collective storytelling made its deepest impression online, amassing a following of internet detectives who filled page after page on web forums and personal blog sites with research and theories about what really happened at Ong's Hat.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was all in good fun, said Mccartney, a mind-expanding in-joke for goth kids, stoner gamers, and sci-fi-loving computer nerds who like to talk about physics and telling spooky stories.
Fucking nerds.
Nobody knew exactly what was going on or where the tale originated from, though most readers also didn't believe that really an ashram or a cadre of rogue scientists in the New Jersey woods. Mccartney posed as a kind of investigator whose research would turn up new twists and chapters. But as the lore and literature around Ong's hat grew, more people started to actually take it seriously. Some of who had poor boundaries and struggled to separate fact from fiction. When harassment caused Mccartney to finally pull the plug on the experiment, some followers refused to believe it was all a hoax. There are still people that think it's real.
I believe it.
So this guy basically came out.
Like, the hoax is just to throw people off the trail, obviously.
So this guy came out. He was being harassed. And this guy normally gets people to come to his apartment. He lives in Santa Cruz, California. And people want to know, what is the truth about Ong's hat? And he's like, there is no truth to it. But the conspiracy theory still lives on. So the guy that created the theory, he has disavowed the theory and said that it's all made up. He made it up with his buddies for fun. They were bored.
ARP to control his mind to make him think that he came up with it.
Of course, just clever cover.
Yeah.
So that we Ong's hatters can continue to dimension hop and time hop as we please. I mean, what would be worse? Us, you believing that we don't exist, or us being known to exist? You know what I mean? Do the math here.
But a lot of people are still on to you guys.
Well, look, they're not taken seriously, though.
I guess not.
Their rantings and their ravings seriously, but I got to tell you this, Scotty. I do have some bad news for you.
Shit, what's that?
I'm not sure at this point if you and the information that you chose to reveal tonight is going to be allowed, in the Prime record, which is the one reality that my people allow to move forward. I don't know if people are ready, so I have to go check real quick. I got to hop back in time and do a little investigation. It'll take a while for me, but for you, it'll only take a second.
Okay.
And I've just got to find out whether or not, basically whether or not I have to terminate one of your ancient ancestors and erase you from the timeline or not. So hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Well, fair enough. So TJ, we're about to find out. Oh, shit.
All right, I'm back.
I guess
Scotty, the fact that you're still here to even see me is obviously good news. Congratulations. It turns out that nothing bad happens to the timeline because you revealed a little too much tonight. So
we're good.
You get to live, TJ, and well, never mind. You'll find out.
All right,
soon.
Yeah,
how about this gentleman? CERN created a portal to hell.
Sweet.
This
is your alley, Scotty. You love portals to hell.
I know, dude. I'm excited for this one. So people believe that the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, is planning to use the Hadron Collider to open a portal to hell.
Cool.
Or at the very least, the Collider, which is one of the 7 seals of the apocalypse, which will also unleash hell on Earth. So it might just be one of 7.
I thought hell was already on Earth.
Well,
I know it could be much worse than this.
Oh, well, look, they're trying to open the portals. This is probably the first one. This is probably the test portal. Because, obviously, if this is a big success, they're going to open. They're going to, we have to have one in North America. Oh, we have to have one in Africa. Oh, we have to have one in Antarctica. Oh, we have to have one in Asia. 7 continents, TJ. 7 seals.
Ooh.
You said this is a conspiracy theory?
Well, I hope it's not.
Sounds like you're spitting truth bombs to me.
CERN, who discovered the Higgs boson, was also known as the God particle, is actually the French acronym. I'm not even going to fucking attempt that. The acronym, in addition to a Shiva statue outside the facility, has led people to speculate that the scientists at CERN are actually trying to summon a god. Either the Indian deity Shiva or Ceranos, a Celtic deity who watches over the underworld, because his name starts with CERN. So other possibilities, they might just be trying to fucking communicate with a god. And so it could be Shiva, and because it could be Ceranos, which was a deity of the underworld. This is not good, guys. This is not good. Whatever happens, look, we're either gonna get a fucking a Hades like figure. We're gonna get Shiva. I don't know what the fuck Shiva is all about. personally, man. Oh, Destroyer, great. Oh, I didn't know that, but that's great news to hear. Or we're just getting one of 7 seals to be open to create the portal to hell or hell on earth, or we just get the portal to hell directly.
All right. Well, I mean, any of those options sounds pretty cool. So I guess I'm down with whatever.
My preferred option is the portal to hell. And see, we actually do have an after photo of what's going to happen. I guess you didn't pull it.
I did. I pulled everything you pulled, man.
Damn it, dude. It's not in there. Oh, well.
All right, here it is. Boom.
So this is actually what's going to happen when CERN is fully turned on, if you guys are wondering.
Sweet.
We have an actual image, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, like, how the fuck do you... How do you deny that?
Yeah, anyone says this is a drawing or an artist representation, no, this is actually footage of what's going to happen when the portal to hell is open. So I hope you guys are prepared. I know it might be scary, but trust me, it's going to be better for you in the long run.
This looks like TJ taking a shit.
Yeah, I was about to say. It don't look like that.
The fiery ring of death.
Hey, look, it's that bullshit. That fake thing.
And our final, number 10, TJ, the moon doesn't exist.
I mean, obviously not. I mean, it's just like a hologram, right?
Well, according to this guy, it's actually a projection. So some people, like Dave Marsh, who actually lectures about the moon being a projection, and by the way, he's also a flat earther.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, the Earth is clearly round. But I mean, like, the moon, I don't buy it. I mean, I've never believed in the fucking moon. You look at it, you're just like, that's bullshit.
It's been projected into the sky, dude. It's not there.
Anyone who honestly looks at the moon and thinks it's a real thing is a fucking idiot.
So, TJ, the moon is a projection put there for a reason which we could study for 1,000 more years and never understand. That's a quote from Marsh directly.
Yeah.
So we could study it for 1,000 more years and never understand it. So in order to come to this conclusion, and this is very scientific, so if you guys are like, oh, how is this bullshit? This guy's a scientist, TJ. Marsh followed the path of the moon in the sky in order to compare his findings to official records. Because his findings were not the scam. Marsh concluded the moon was a scam.
Yeah, because I mean, look, I know Marsh, dude. Dave Marsh.
Yeah, Dave Marsh.
He's a consummate professional. If he was tracking the movements of the moon, there's no way that he was like inept in any way or just wasn't good at it.
Well, I mean, it's all part of simulation theory. It's just a glitch. You know, he actually looked at the numbers that he was provided and checked them against reality, and they didn't add up. So, yeah, it just proves simulation theory. Like, all of this is a simulation. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, especially the moon. The moon.
Well, yeah, the moon is part of that.
I mean, like, even within the context of the simulation, it's not even a real moon.
Right.
It's not a physical object, even within the confines of the simulation.
Well, think about it. Why would it need to be?
It's a simulation within the simulation. So it's bullshit.
You know, just be wasted resources to make it a real place.
Right. Because it's not like, like, oh, yeah, it's a real place, but you can never go there. Sure. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Total sense.
Another theory about the moon's existence that is a giant hoax is that it was created to distract the general masses from the existence of Nibiru, a rogue planet. What's that? Nibiru. Sorry, TJ. A rogue planet that will cause the apocalypse. People don't want you to know about it, man.
Nibiru is not going to cause the apocalypse, though.
What is Nibiru going to do?
Basically, when Nibiru comes, it's going to collide with the Earth, but it's not going to create an apocalypse. It's going to basically, it's going to merge all of the dimensions, all of the different possibilities of reality together.
Dude, that ain't what I heard.
Oh shit!
I heard Nibiru has a race of beings living on it called the Nephilim.
Uh-huh.
And every once in a while, it comes out from behind the moon projection that hides it normally.
Mm-hmm.
And they invade the Earth. And they basically reap the Earth of most of humanity.
Whoa.
And and that's part of the cycle of life on this planet.
Judeo-Christian fear-mongering is what that is.
It isn't. No, it isn't.
It's all about. Nibiru is here to merge all of our realities together into one ultimate reality, so that we can experience the totality of existence all at once.
I think you guys are both wrong. I'll tell you what's going to happen, dude.
What's up?
Nibiru's going to come. It's going to replace our moon, and And we're going to start, and there's going to be a race of intelligent aliens. I don't know what form they're going to take, and they're going to bring down to us. They're going to bring first contact, and they're going to bring us the recipe for the perfect Oreo. We'll make it. It's going to be super delicious. They pack up, they leave. There's no other explanation. That's all they give us. That's all the knowledge we ever get. And the Earth just keeps going on the same fucking fashion. But there's no moon now.
Well, here's the problem with that theory, though.
Yeah, the moon's going to be gone, of course.
Here's the problem with that theory, Scotty. The Oreo is already perfect.
It's not, TJ. That's
you can't add upon the
dude, that's funny. You know why it's funny, TJ? Because you think you know what the fucking perfect Oreo is, but you've actually been missing out your entire pitiful existence.
I hope that he really has. You have been.
No.
And I hate to tell you this, Scotty, but I've got to make one more check because once again, you're so close to the ultimate truth that I can't. So just give me 1 second.
All right, go ahead, man.
All right, I'm back. You're fine. I mean, look, ultimately, I was able to smooth it over. So
you're such a worrywart, Paul. You know, they're not that concerned with
the worrywart. Trust me, you have no idea what a temporal disruption does. Okay, buddy, you've never seen one. Don't even talk to me about temporal disruptions. Okay, TJ.
My shit's fucking.
You know what? If I have a question about midget porn or something, I'll come to you. Okay, but temporal disruption, TJ.
Okay, I guess it is a little beyond.
Yeah, temporal anomalies are kind of out of your pay grade, dude. Come on.
Way.
TJ, did you actually pull the image of the moon being projected, though?
Hey. Yeah, there it is.
There it is, right there.
I mean, it's right to the left there, too. It's great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man. It's an open and shut case.
I mean, look, guys. There's the moon. There's the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas.
Projecting the moon.
I mean,
from the top of it, I guess.
Could it be any more clear cut to anyone here?
Who knew the moon existed at the top of the Luxor in Las Vegas?
I mean, now, if you look at records of the moon from before then, Paul, there's not actually any reliable data the moon existed before the Luxor Hotel was actually built in Las Vegas.
Yeah, like there's no historical mention of the moon before or anything. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
That's 100% true, of course.
Oh my God.
It's as true as when I made it up like 5 seconds ago.
It's a slam dunk case.
I mean, this is like, so I mean, look, Dave Marsh, if he's not a compelling figure to you, fine. His examinations and his scientific process, you want to doubt that? Fine. Use your own 2 fucking eyeballs. There's the Luxor Hotel. There's the moon. There's the beam.
Yeah.
It's done.
Like, what are you going to do? Who are you going to believe?
Gonna believe some fucking NASA scientist or your own fucking eyeballs
or your fucking eyes? Look at that.
2 eyes would never fucking do you.
Never do you wrong.
Never do you wrong, man.
I mean, like, you're pretty stupid if you fucking think there's a moon at this point. I'm just saying.
And what a really smart way to hide the big moon projector too, if you think about it, because nobody's gonna, they put a big pyramid, so everybody thinks it's a big old casino, but of course at the heart of it, it's the moon projector.
Oh yeah,
man.
So guys, hope you guys learned something new tonight. I mean, Paul, you definitely did, and you're from Ong's Hat. I mean, this is all just, you've experienced this 1,000 fucking trillion billion zillion times, so this is just old hat to you.
But I'm also, I'm also a decent actor, so I've been acting along for this long, learned things as it were.
I was suspicious to me because you knew the Paul is dead thing. Like, you were right there, like, oh, I know all about that. I mean, that's just, come on. He knew about Paul is dead. He already knew this episode was going to take place. He knew it was going to be discussed. But that temporal bullshit you were pulling, Paul, that was just for the benefit of people. So it's probably just so our minds could perceive it, I'm assuming.
I mean, I hate to tell you this, Scotty, but that's another piece of information.
Fuck, dude.
I'm gonna have to go check on.
All right, fuck, dude. How many times is this guy go check on shit for us, dude?
Dropping truth bombs tonight, Scotty.
I'm not trying to.
We're ready, so just. All right, Scotty. Look, you're fine. You're fine,
shuck, dude.
You dodged a 3rd bullet.
I'm happy that I fucking managed. I don't know why I did. I figured with my luck that I would have dodged none of the bullets. I've been fucking pumped full of lead, but I'm glad to be alive. So that's my 10 conspiracy theories that are wacky and zany and crazy, and you know what? Probably true.
Most of them, I think we found.
Prince Charles is not a vampire. That's just dumb.
That's one you're just not on board with. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
all the other ones are true though.
I think Paul's on board with all of them. Paul was the one you didn't believe. Oh, Elvis is. He thinks Elvis is dead.
Elvis is dead.
Yeah.
Elvis's corpse rots and lies stinking within the earth.
I don't care if Paul's an interdimensional being that knows all. He's wrong about that.
No, I'm 10 out of 10 on all these. I mean, I went into this believing conspiracy theories, garbage, bullshit. But when I looked at the evidence, it was just so compelling and so clear. I mean, look, and the last one kind of really nailed that. That's why I wanted that to be the last image of the show. Was like, look, you think you can't see what the truth is, but we showed you the truth. And now people are going to go, oh, well, that's just light being projecting. It's like, no, look, you saw it right there. If you deny it, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. That's
and and the point is, we came to the episode like this. I mean, maybe not Paul and TJ, but I did. I was like, you know what? I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in this bullshit. And by the end of this time, I was doing this research in this episode and presented to you guys. I just realized, look, all these conspiracy theories, they're 100% true. 100% true. Just believe it all.
The oddest thing about being from Ongsat is like it's just a weird situation that it's hard to explain to normal mortals, but it's like I'm in it right now with TJ because there's a thing that's gonna, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Don't fucking do it, Paul. Don't put our lives any more at risk than they need to be.
Like you want to tell him, like, watch out, TJ, get down or something. You know what I mean? So it's like there's no point,
Oh, dude, you must have felt bad with the banana in the butt thing. You're like, TJ, don't put that banana in your butt. Oh shit, dude, I'll fuck with this timeline.
In fact, I instrumented. I was actually the architect.
Oh fuck, dude, come on, that's fucked up.
TJ's puppet strings in his youth, and I was the one that made him attracted to the idea of fruit in his ass. You know what I mean? Because I knew that for the perfect timeline to exist, the banana butt incident had.
Wow, so TJ was a good thing to happen to you, man.
But it's just like now I know that there's some shit, about to, never mind. I'm not gonna.
Don't reveal too much truth, man. Don't reveal too much truth.
Yeah, I got to be careful myself.
I mean, you might have to check. This audience might be in danger now. I mean, you probably won't have to check again for them because you probably don't care about them. But they might be fucked. There might be some dead people in the audience, Paul, because of what you've done tonight.
I mean, that is true. I gotta take care of myself too, because if I reveal too much information, then I'm in trouble.
You all right, man? You okay?
I don't remember anything.
Huh? Well, that makes all three of us. Well,
did we do the show?
Yeah, it was a good show, man. You did good, Paul. We can't tell you what it's about, though. Just you did good. That's all you need to know.
You did good. That's all you need.